Welcome in, everybody. This is not a live. This is just me and you on YouTube talking about what I sold. I've sold 16 items over the past day and a half. Sales have been a little bit lower than usual, but that's okay. It just makes me want to list more. So people always talk about the summer slowdown. For me, it happens, but I speed up my listing. So I will just list as much as I can during the slow times. That way I combat it. So today I also want to talk about adapting. Someone messaged me today about where they live. They live in a rural area, and I live in the city. And they said, oh, they never find items like I find, brands from Nordstrom's or brands from like REI, whatever. They don't find those brands, but they find Carhartt, they find Harley Davidson, Vintage Tees, Ariat. So you just have to adapt and go with what sells for you. All those brands I would pick up in a heartbeat. So it just depends on where you live, what you can source. You might even have to do online arbitrage. So whatever you can do, you just have to adapt to it. You have to adapt to the season. You know, flannels and jackets aren't going to sell as much as they would in the winter, in the fall, since we're in the dead of the summer. So you just have to adapt what you're selling, what can you thrift, and the way to combat summer slowdown, if you're feeling it, is to list more. So let's talk about what I sold. I'll tell you why I picked it up, and I'll tell you what I sold it for. Again, as always, everything here, my average cost of sale is about $5. So it's going to be about, let's say about just under $5 today. So just under $5. So keep that in mind when I talk about the items. So my cost of goods is $5. I have a 13% eBay fee, just over 13% eBay fee on all my sales. So cost of goods $5, 13% eBay fee. And I have the buyer pays shipping on everything I sell. So here we go with the first item. This is a pair of J. Crew shorts. These are men's J. Crew shorts, and I normally don't pick up J. Crew men's shorts, but if they are the McNutt linen, I will pick them up. You'll see these in shorts and in pants. Brooks Brothers also makes them with that special linen blend. So that is why I picked these up. Otherwise, I would not pick up J. Crew shorts. They cost $3.99 where I live. There's my average cost of goods. So these were $3.99. And for these, I sold them for $17.94. So these were an auto posher sale. And if you're curious about auto posher, I talk about it often in my videos. It's a service that I am a part of where I just do eBay, but it works for Poshmark and Mercari as well. But for me with eBay, it delists and relists my items every 30 days. So instead of my items just rolling over and get pushed down the algorithms, auto posher will take that item off and relist it as a completely new item with a new ID, and it pushes it up in the algorithms. So items that I've had for a while, they sell super quick. Also, that's number one. Also, number two, I can decide if I want to, which I do, if people watch my item or they take a look or scroll through it for about 30 seconds, it'll automatically send a 5% offer to them saying, thank you. Right now, you can have an extra 5% off this item, and people have been taking it. So for this item, that's what happened. It sold for $17.94, and that's how I know it's an auto posher sale, because I don't price anything for $17.94, right? So that's how I know it's an auto posher sale. So linen shorts in the summer sell great. You're going to see a theme here. For the most part, everything's going to be summer line, summer based, because I'm a seasonal seller, right? I've talked about that plenty. I have so much inventory that I sell list only spring and summer during the spring and summer, just like a regular retail store would, and the same vice versa in the fall and winter. I don't recommend that if you're just starting out. List everything you have, but right now I have totes and totes of spring and summer. So here is an Under Armour, just a bread and butter polo shirt, but I really like to pick these up if they are the cold black. So you'll see, I don't know why it doesn't say code black, it's just cold black. So cold black, they actually have like a little cooling feeling when you hold them. But red, white, and blue, perfect for the upcoming holiday of 4th of July. That sold for $18.88, which is my full asking price. And again, I pay about $4 or $5 for those. So it's just those bread and butter sales during the summer that they add up. They add up. Every once in a while, you get those big hits, but in the winter and fall is when usually you make your bigger money reselling clothing online because those items are more expensive to begin with. The next item I sold was actually a garage sale pickup. I took a best offer of $55, and I'm putting these in a Amazon box because I got one in the mail. But they're actually these moto boots, and I think I put them in one of my videos before, but I paid $5 or $10 for these. I forget. I remember the sticker being on them. There were 2 pairs. I sold one last week and one this week, and these sold again for $55. So I probably made about $40 on those after cost of goods and fees with eBay. And again, putting them in a box so I don't have to pay for a new box, which is good. I always tell people, don't buy boxes if you don't have to. So reuse boxes or use the boxes that the Postal Service will provide you, as long as you're sending it out that way. So there that is. And again, I print out all my labels and I pick all my inventory before I sit down and pack. So that's how I do it. I pack all at one time and I pack at night. So this is in the evening. So I ship it out first thing in the morning tomorrow. Next item was a repeat buyer. These are Under Armour shorts. You guys know I love picking up Under Armour shorts, especially for $3.99. I sell these all the time. These are not the match play. They don't have the stretch band, but they still sell really well. So I sold these for $18.99. That was full asking price. Usually the match play shorts, you watch these enough, I sell those for $23.99. Those sell super quick. I actually picked up a couple today, and I list those. They sell within a couple days or a week or so this time of year. And I will list the pants year-round. So I will list the pants year-round. If you want to see more of the stuff I list, or more of the stuff I pick up for free, watch all my thrifting videos. Watch these types of videos that I sell. This stuff was not around when I first started in 2015 and 16. These types of videos were very hard. It was very trial and error. So I'd buy J. Crew and I'd figure out that none of them sell, but the Linden ones sell. Stuff like that. So here's free knowledge for people now. First class, again, I use my poly mailers for those out the door. And again, that was a repeat buyer. I actually sold 2 pairs of these. Had these for a while, so I'm going to say these are auto posture. 1666. I only like getting these if I can get them for $4. They are Under Armour, and they're lined running shorts, men's. So I sold them for $16.66. I get them for just under $4, and I only like them if they're lined, Under Armour, and men's. I will pick those up, and they sell really well. Obviously, I'm not making huge money off it, but it's a $10 plus profit, just a little over $10 profit. And again, nickel and diming. In the summer, you're going to be just selling a lot more of those smaller profit margin items. Here is an Orvis shirt. Orvis is not usually a brand I pick up in just regular button-up shirts, but this one was unique with the colors. I actually found a comp when I was sourcing this just like it, which made it easier for me to list. So I sold it for $22.22. I did list it for that much. So here's this Orvis, just like that. Really cool colors. I think I listed it as, yeah, Aztec Southwest style. Sold for $22.22. Again, $5 my cost, 13% eBay takes. So again, another sale. You're seeing my sales are like in the $15 to $20 item sale. And always, you guys know I was a former teacher, so I love teaching. I love explaining things. I love helping people. So if you ever have questions, just ask them in the comments. Usually I do lives because people always like to ask me questions. I love interacting, but sometimes I just need to talk to you, right? So this sold and it's going out the door, $22. Next item, again, another pair of these Under Armour. People pass these up all the time. Just Under Armour, simple. See how they're lined in the middle? They have like a lining. Under Armour running shorts. They even have the zip pocket in the back. These are green, just like the others. Different buyers. Kind of crazy they sold in the same day because those have both been listed for a while. Those sold for $17.09. Again, an auto posture sale. So these have been sitting since last year because auto posture delisted them and relisted them, and then someone took that offer of 5%. I got the sale. So really, Autoposher has been like a assistant for me, really like a $400 a month assistant that I only pay $35 a month for. If you're interested in Autoposher, give it a month, see how your sales do. I would do it if maybe you have 100 items or more through eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. And in my description, in my link tree, I have a link. If you want to get $5 off, you can use Surf's Up Finds. If you want it, give it a shot. Again, it's just a month-to-month basis type of deal, but it works great for me. You see 2 sales so far have been Autoposher sales. So here's a Polo Ralph Lauren floral shirt. It's kind of a dull. If it wasn't so dull, the color, I would probably have asked more, but it's still sold for $23.99. So $23.99, again, you're seeing these $20, probably average-ish sales. But you guys know, Polo Ralph Lauren is my favorite. It's just the vintage, the high-end, the different. There's just so much Polo Ralph Lauren that does well. Always does well. The purple label, the double RL. So again, making sure it's going to the right person. I just have my phone here because I do everything from my phone. I do everything from my phone. List, I take pictures, I do everything from my phone, except for print off labels. Here's an exception. Actually, I have 2 exceptions. Here's a flannel, which I'm glad to sell this time of year. So this is a Mountain Hardwear, or Mountain Khaki. Mountain Khaki, completely different brand. But you see it's a 3XL. So 3XLT is what got what got the money, or what yielded the money on this. So there's the little hit on the back. It sold for $25. Usually I get about 20 for these, but I'm happy to sell this in the summer. This would fly in the fall. I probably listed this just before March this year. But yeah, that sold for $25, 3XLT. So bigger the better, I always say. That's going out in priority flat rate envelope. Again, free from the Postal Service. Might as well use their stuff if I'm shipping their method. And that will be on its way to Wisconsin. So it might be a little chilly up there in Wisconsin. This is a Surf's Up method sale. So as you know, my new method that I've implemented this year is items that I can list or take pictures and list in under 2 minutes. So I can take pictures in a minute and list it in a minute. And this is one of those items. It's a Brooks Brothers. Has to have that golden fleece. I'll show you what my thumbnail looks like so you have an idea of how I list these items. Sold for $17.77, paid $5, so it's at least a $10 profit. My thumbnail looks like that. So they get the picture of the golden fleece in the exact colors of the plaid. Again, $17.77. That's my new method. It really helps this time of year because it just are those filler items that help my sales rock. And the more sales you get, I feel like eBay's algorithm based, and it will help push your store and your items out. So that was a good sale. I mean, that's a happy. I'm happy this method's working for me. So I started it this year. It's working great for me. I'm going to continue to do it. I'm just looking for new items all the time to do it with. So this was a beta version probably a month ago. Beta trial doing these Brooks Brothers with the golden fleece, or with the fleece. They've been working really well. I do them with Polo Ralph Lauren, and I do them with the Under Armour polos. I do them with a lot of things now. Super easy. I just sell similar from my phone. Takes me a minute to list and a minute to take the pictures. This took longer than a minute because it's unique. It's women's. I have to look up a comp like it. But this is just like a, what is this? It's a silk animal skirt. So silk animal skirt, but it's a black label from Ralph Lauren. It's women's, obviously. And again, like I said, silk. So I had this sitting for probably 2 or 3 months. So probably close to 90 days. And that's about it for me. I took a best offer at $55, which is fine with me. Again, they pay shipping, so it's going first class. They probably only have like $62 in that. So they're getting a good deal for a silk. That thing was probably like $180 new. Black label for women is nicer than green label. Purple label is super nice as well. So again, first class, there it goes out the door. So there's your $55 item. Those boots were a $55 item. So those in between the little sales, you get the big sales. That helps keep you afloat. especially if you're doing it part-time. The $20 sales, you know, you make enough of those every week. That helps pay for a cruise or a vacation or whatever, or a car payment. So these are cool women's shorts. I pick up cool men's and women's when they're in pants. The shirts for women's don't do as well for me. Doesn't mean I'm not picking them up. It just means they don't do as well for me. Again, it depends on how much you're sourcing it for. Your money comes when you pick up your item and pay for it. So if these sold for $21.11, and if I would have paid $10 for these, I wouldn't have made the money I wanted. I paid $3.99 for these. So that's where I made my money. So $21.11 is what I sold them for, and they're going first class because they are less than a pound. And again, love these poly mailers. Poly mailers are not all created equal. I've said that from the beginning. I've done this, sold clothes for 8 years now, and gone through many different type of poly mailers. These are by far my favorite. They hold well. They're easy to open up. You don't waste a lot of time like taking it apart. But I also have these in my link tree if you're interested in getting them. No problem. But definitely get some poly mailers that you like and stick with them. Because like I said, I don't know if I have one down here, but I've had poly mailers that are just awful. They suck. They suck to use. They're like, you have to like do this type of thing to get it undone and just waste time. Anyways, Travis Matthew. Travis Matthew, let's talk about old Travis. So old Travis has gone downhill. Old Travis is getting old and going downhill. Yes, it has a little club hit right there on the sleeve. It's black. $20 is fine. I'm good with that. But these guys used to bring me 30 or more. Probably in 2020-ish time period. And they just don't do it anymore. They just don't do it. So I'm not thrilled when I find these. I'm happy, but they're becoming a surf's up method type of deal. I can't get a ton out of them. I'd be lucky to get over $23 if it's a really good size or a color. Again, right now the theme in 2023 are lots of like martini glasses and all over print. That's like the golf theme. If you look on the golf courses and whatever and at the shops, that's what everyone has. They don't have this. They don't necessarily just have these plain muted colors or solid colors. So again, 20 bucks out the door. See the theme? 20 bucks. Another item I sold. I like doing these lives, or this isn't a live, but I like to record what I sold. You can always look at my eBay store. Don't ever buy anything. Don't feel the need to, but check me out. I'm legit. I am fully transparent. You can ask me any question you want to. I get back to you. These are my sales. So these are all my sales. 1994, hashtag Autoposher. So Autoposher sale again on this. This is just a simple quarter zip Under Armour. And it even has a logo right there from a golf course. It's local to me. And it sold again for $19.94. So let's just say $20 on that. And I picked those quarter zips up for $5. And those are, again, a surf's up method. I can take pictures and list them because I've had sales similar. I either have them for sale or I've sold them. I can just do a sell similar. So let me see what we're looking at. Yep, make sure it's going to the right person. Like I say, I always double check. I've made that mistake. Have you guys made that mistake before? You send it to the wrong person? I have. You know, you're doing it long enough. We all make mistakes. These are some Athleta shorts. And again, I've been doing this a long time. I'm branching off into women's. Obviously, I've done like the women's cross, like Patagonia, North Face, Viore, Lululemon, all those things that they make both brands in. But like Athleta, I've been venturing off, you know, like Spanx, Veronica Beard, all those brands I'm getting to know better. I like this brand if it has the actual model right underneath the name. So this is called the Mesh Racer Run Short 4-inch inseam. So I like when it has that right under the name. Super easy for me to comp out. Just type that in, and it takes me way less time to list. Again, hashtag Autoposher. I do not price anything at $15.40. These sold for $15.40. So they got a 5% off. I'm fine with that. 5% off. Got them moved. Again, $3.99 into $15. Little things add up this time of year. So just get those sales in. Obviously, you can see almost all my sales are summer-based sales. Here's the other one. So I had the flannel. This is the other one. And this, again, I've had this listed for a while. This sold in the dead of summer. It is a Polo Ralph Lauren quarter zip and quarter button pullover. So you call that a pullover. It sold for $22.99. These I always thought would bring more money. You guys have probably seen these out in the wild. I always think like, man, these are unique. It should bring more money. It's almost military looking, but they don't. They just don't command. I mean, you look at comps sometimes, you're like, ugh, what? I think it should bring more, but it just didn't. So this is going out priority flat rate. Again, $22.99. It's been sitting a while, so I have a feeling it was probably an auto partial sale. I don't know for sure, but I got full asking price. So going to Steven. Again, love my thermal printer. Best investment I've ever made as a reseller. Lastly, but not least. Well, yeah, it is least. It's last. For tonight is a pair of Vineyard Vines performance shorts. Whenever I find the performance Vineyard Vines, it's always a plus because they are that wicking golf material that people are looking for. Again, it has the nice hit on the back. These were in super good condition. Kind of a rarer color. You don't see that green very often. Sold those for $24. So $24 plus buyer pay shipping. And that is the last item that I sold. So again, this time of year, you're just going to have to adapt. Any time of year, you're going to have to adapt. Just like with style, what's selling. There for a long time, I was selling the big Tommy Hilfiger stuff, the big logo Tommy Hilfiger stuff, the Polo Sport, all that sort of thing, and it's dropped off. I don't pick up anything Tommy Hilfiger anymore, and it used to be like the thing. So you just always have to adapt. You have to pay attention to styles. You have to pay attention to what's selling, and the easiest way to do that is just looking up comps. And also, if you have stuff for sale and it's not selling, that's an easy way too. So price those things down and don't pick them up anymore. So thank you for joining. If you have any questions, always leave them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them. I'm a teacher. That's what I'm here for. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.